Welcome to The Know, I'm Mica Burton.
I'm John Reisinger.
When it comes to the Switch, most developers have been giving fairly political responses about why they won't be supporting it just yet, with answers ranging from, we're gonna wait and see, to we have no plans at this time, to fuck the Switch, because that actually happened once.
That's extreme. Yeah. I remember that too, actually.
Yeah.
But sometimes developers don't pull any punches and straight up say what they really mean. The Switch sucks, and it's underpowered.
Well, not one, but two developers have trashed on the Switch's capabilities just this week, saying it's basically the reason they won't be bringing their games to Nintendo's system anytime soon.
So, once again, we might have more cause to be concerned about the future of third-party support on Nintendo's system. This is all feeling kind of familiar.
Like that Wii U, you know, that brick that you keep under your bed? Did you ever get the Wii U?
I got the Wii U, I do remember.
Do you know where it is right now?
No.
Exactly. But anyway, the two developers who made these comments were THQ Nordic, the studio that now has the rights to Darksiders and Red Faction, and some studio you've, probably never heard of unless you like games with lots of rats in it.
Because they make games with rats. In an interview with GamesIndustry.biz, THQ Nordic Business and Product Development Director Reinhard Police said that the system leaves a little bit to be desired from a power standpoint. According to him, Battle Chasers, a 2D turn-based RPG, has been a challenge to get running smoothly on Switch. And the open-world sci-fi RPG LX is just too demanding right now for the poor little Switch, he said.
Police said, we've been in touch with Nintendo about Switch for more than a year, so we've been looking at it for our current lineup, and we look wherever it's possible. It's a bit sad that they haven't gone out with more beefy hardware, but it is what it is, so we just have to work our way around it.
And it's not like these guys are Nintendo haters. The now defunct THQ is super well known for family-friendly games, which fit well with Wii and the DS, but THQ Nordic's games are much more adult-oriented, and it doesn't have a lot of Nintendo games in its future lineup, partly because of the system's low power, officials there said.
The other Switch's low power trash comments came from Asobo Studio, the makers of A Plague Tale: Innocence, and you might be wondering, what the fuck is A Plague Tale: Innocence? Well, it's an action-adventure game that apparently involves the main characters running from their lives from a bunch of plague-infested rats, so good luck sleeping tonight with that visual.
I think I actually saw a Let's Play in that game once. All those rats are apparently a big sticking point for the company. In a recent interview with Gaming Bolt Studios CEO David Kdin was pretty straightforward about why they won't be considering the Switch despite being a smaller title. And it boiled down to the P word.
Princesses.
I don't know.
I don't think
Power, that's what it is.
Power! Oh, okay, we figured it out.
I read ahead.
There we go. He said it's really the power of the device. In this case, it was the amount of rats we needed to display. We already know that there's too many rats, too many animations, too many AI at the same time. It's like there's a large bridge between the Switch and Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro, and the Switch, it was too hard to make the same game in such a different context.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Nintendo Switch confirmed too weak for rats. They're so sad. Obviously, these aren't the first directors to nope out of bringing their games to the Switch, but usually these responses are a little more diplomatic. After all, nobody wants to piss off a console maker, even if it's an underpowered one.
Just this week, the folks who made Agents of Mayhem, the newest installment in the Saints Row universe, said that they weren't bringing it to the Switch, but they were nice about it. The lead animator Michael Jungbluth said, the Switch was just not a system we intended to fully use or optimize while we were making this game.
And that's generally how that goes every time a developer breaks the bad news. Like, when you're trying to break up with someone but they've got a knife in their hand, you don't want your dick chopped off just because you want to see other people.
But every now and then, developers have called these systems power out as being the reason for not considering the handheld console as a new destination for their games. Earlier this year, Final Fantasy XV director Hajime Tabata said that there aren't any plans to bring Final Fantasy XV to the Switch. Why? Well, he told DualShockers that the game won't run on the Switch, just too many Gladio abs.
As for Prey, a lead designer at Arcane Studios said last year that the company had no idea if the Switch was powerful enough to run its game. So yeah, these aren't the first concerns that have been raised that the Switch might not be powerful enough. It's been done.
But these developers speaking their minds about the Switch's power might just be a tad concerning, especially after the recent rumors that Ubisoft can't even get their new hit sports simulator, Steep, running on the system. I did that because it's all in all caps. So like,
it was
Hit Sports Simulator.
Sports Simulator, and then Steep wasn't.
Yeah, that's weird.
Those rumors kicked off last week, courtesy of IGN France, whose sources warned that the developer is having so many problems porting the game that Ubisoft can't even promise that the Switch release will happen at all. At the moment, Nintendo is reportedly helping them get the game working on the Switch, which is never really a good sign. They shouldn't have to hold hands to help for ports to happen.
People have been worried about this exact kind of troubling news since the Switch's hardware was first confirmed. In the months leading up to launch, the company was very cagey about the console specs, simply referring to the CPU as a custom Tegra X1 by Nvidia.
However, soon after the system released, teardown showed that there was nothing custom about the chip at all, and it was basically your standard Tegra X1, which wasn't going to give that much juice to the games some people are really wanting to play.
This definitely makes you wonder how the Switch plans on competing with its more powerful console cousins as the generation continues.
Mario, just lost Mario.
There you go, and Zelda, Mario and Zelda.
Just do it over and over again.
But it's certainly telling that most of the rumors we hear about the Switch games are really old ports like Wonderful 101 and LA Noire, you know, games from last generation.
But there's an argument that the Switch is mainly a first-party machine. Anyway, we kind of all know this, and it's meant as a more of a complement to other hardware in your entertainment center or office.
And the fact of the matter is that despite these hardware limitations, people are still flocking to the system because of what it promises: console gaming on the go. So while that may mean less ports in the future, it doesn't mean that this system will necessarily lack for gamers. Beyond first-party support, we're already seeing companies like Ubisoft support it with unique offerings like Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom crossover, and that looks fucking rad!
Yeah, so the moral of the story is, stop hoping for your favorite ports to make it to Switch, but you'll still have plenty of stuff to play on it.
So everybody wins, right?
Sure.
Is that how this works?
I don't know.
Well, what do you guys think of developers calling out Switch's power? Is it a bad sign for future ports, or are you not concerned? What about that one developer that said, "Fuck you, Nintendo Switch"? Let us know in the comments.
Probably not gonna make games for it.
No.
For future updates on devs trashing dem consoles, remember to like this video and subscribe to The Know.
Dem consoles.
Dem consoles.
Fucking.
It's easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Stop. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Who wrote this and who had to deal with it?
Ryan.
Ryan, what is
Ryan.